Hello, it's Amy with Paper Moon Journals. I'm so excited that changing doctors and that this the new treatment, the slower start at least. The plan is still to aggressively ramp it up like the other doctor had. Um, but at least for now, we've started slow, and it didn't exacerbate any of my pre-existing conditions. This was my main concern, was that that treatment keeps exacerbating existing conditions, and thus far so good. So I'm celebrating by having a short sale at my shop again. Just health is never guaranteed, so sorry this is slightly askew on camera here, or off, askew on screen. I did the best I could. We'll give you a full flip through. You can't really see the glitter or how magnificent they are in person. You could add that stickles glitter to every page. If that's just the first thing you could do is order a little 3-pack of stickles glitter from Amazon when you get this, and go through and add glitter to pages that I haven't added glitter. I would have loved to have added glitter to every single page. I now am going through like 2 bottles of glitter per project just because. But there still needs to be pages without any glitter to make the ones with glitter pop, or it would just be every page would have glitter. It just wouldn't, I don't know. Just doesn't seem like it would feel as special. So I have some little envelopes with some tiny little ephemera tucked in. Per usual, I've backed all the ephemera onto other cards. So I printed onto card, and then I print out other card that's either like faux vintage ephemera, maybe some wallpaper, something like that, maybe just tea stained color. And then I print that onto card. And then I cut everything out. I glue it onto the card. I cut it out again. I find that very relaxing and meditative. So there's tons of healing energy in each and every one of these journals as I think, relax and calm and do my healthy mantras and positive affirmations. Speaking of positive affirmations, there's lots of those in here. And some of my favorite school lined paper that has that blue and supposed to be red, but it's faded to kind of a pink color lines. I think that's so pretty. You can see there's lots of glitter on that page. There's vintage photos, like faux vintage photos that I duplicated. The kit came with lots of cute ephemera. I also bought a pink Circus kit just for the ephemera and printed that out and added it to here. These Forever Cute kits I don't think come with ephemera usually. Maybe, or unless they have a special kit. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please mention it in the comments. But I'm pretty sure theirs just come with pages. And then it's up to you to find the ephemera from other kits. So I laced both the bottom and the edges. I did some scrap collage in the corners. This page also is really glittered up. Added some pom-pom, some rickrack. I did have one person who didn't like the pom-pom, and if that's you and you were interested in it, I have no problem peeling off the pom-pom and replacing the little marked spot from where it was with some lace. So if you're not a fan of pom-pom, we can take that off. It's my favorite vintage Circus photo from the collection. I can't remember whose collection of Circus ephemera that was. I've had it for so long. It includes vintage photos and posters, a variety of sizes. Those positive sentiments I know are from Amity Bloom. And then I've mentioned this before, but just in case you're new, welcome, welcome. But the envelopes, when I don't seal them shut, it's so that you could then use it as writing space on the inside. Or if you wanted, you could just add a little bit of glue to the edges and glue that shut. I had a lot of fun making this. The only thing is if the glitter, the stickles glitter would dry instantly. It's not cheap, especially from Amazon. But since I'm homebound, I don't have a lot of choice. You could use the different ephemera in the pockets to then do little page spreads or collages with all the different ephemera. You could take some of it out, use it in another project of your own. There's still room to add some things. So if you wanted to add photos and memories of maybe you were a performer, or knew somebody who was, or come from a family of performers, or maybe were just always a fan. Maybe it was a favorite activity when you were a child, or you always had hoped to go but never got the chance. There we go. That lined page got a little bit of extra glitter. Sometimes when I set them to dry under the fan, the wind will blow the pages, and then we get a little extra glitter. But I went through and made sure there's lots of positive sentiments. They could be used as inspiration for journaling. You could use the pages for page spreads, for artwork. You can see I did stenciling on some of the tea stained pages. I did a bunch of tea staining. Now that the weather's finally warm, I have a nice big stack of freshly tea stained paper. I made a bunch of collage tags for this as well. We'll find those throughout. Lots and lots of glitter on both of those pages that you really couldn't see at all. All right, I'll pipe down, I'll put on some music. Enjoy the flip through. If nothing else, hopefully you'll find it inspiring in case you picked up this kit or were thinking about trying to do a similar project. I like mixing and matching lots of vintage faux ephemera so that it's not too matchy, but still looks cohesive. So if the color schemes are really off base, tuck it in an envelope and then still get your Circus ephemera in there. So yep, here comes the music. Thanks again for watching, and please thank you everybody who's purchased from my shop and who's offered prayers. You are all in my prayers. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Again, I really appreciate each and every one of you. It makes it worth coming down here at 6 a.m. when I can't sleep or whatever, editing videos and sharing them with y'all, particularly if it helps to sell the video. Having been sick has been disastrous for being self-employed. I haven't gotten any disability paperwork pulled through yet. I don't know if any individual one of my specialists would say that I was disabled. The combination of problems, definitely, being homebound, you think that would do it. But then who has time for that when they're busy working on recovering, from illness and making beautiful journals, thinking beautiful thoughts, grateful, thankful thoughts. Okay, I am a chatterbox. And you can tell how relieved I am that at least this stage of the treatment, these 3 weeks, appear to be going well so far. 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. But so far, so good. And we're celebrating. That's why I made the sale just 1 week. Normally I make it for a full month, but I thought, just in case you don't continue feeling this great, this good, you didn't feel any worse. I want to make sure I can get those orders shipped and packed up. I have had some family helping me. Some of the things have been pre-boxed up, so when the order came in, I did have family helping me the other day. So that was nice. Again, there's lots of glitter on that page. That kit is glittered up like nobody's business. Some of the pages that are just circus tents would be great to put your favorite ephemera or quote in the middle, or a photo of you, a memory. Like this circus journal has so many framed in pages that are just perfect for that kind of thing. And again, there's more than enough ephemera in here for you to play with the pages. You could add some of your own, maybe buy a kit that you liked of ephemera and add that and do page spreads and collages with that. You could probably add more stenciling and more collage to the page. Sometimes when I add the lace, I get a little impatient. The pages stick together briefly. I just love those vintage circus photos. And you might notice I rounded the edge on the little paper clip, added a bow to make it pretty, bow-topped paper clips. More of the pom-pom. I said I was going to pipe down and then I didn't, for real. I'm piping down now and putting on some music. And again, God bless you all. Please have a wonderful day.